I don't know why, much of anything happens to
Yeah.
begin with.
That's okay. We're not omniscient.
You know who is omniscient? That's a
Who?
question.
Oh, okay.
Like, I don't know. Like, I
it
thought
sounded,
you would know.
It sounded like you would know. I don't know. The universe, I guess.
Well, it's not like a person.
Well, it could be.
The universe is just like a giant...
I'm gonna say the person upstairs because obviously, we don't know who it is. So I don't know.
Do you think there's like a Halloween spirit man, and he's just secretly the ruler of everything always?
Yeah, like his name is like Jack Lantern.
What's the guy from Charlie Brown for the Halloween?
The Great Pumpkin.
Yeah.
The universe is ruled by the Great Pumpkin. Everyone knows.
You know what I'm saying?
Everyone's out here being like, "Oh, Jesus Christ and Buddha and Muhammad. They all saw the light, but the light was really just the glow of the Great Pumpkin
in the pumpkin patch fields."
Right. Yep.
Down
everyone
the road.
else, they're just missing out.
Can you imagine God is actually just a Goomba with a pumpkin on it, like in Mario Galaxy?
I believe that. He'd probably be chill too.
So sick.
Can you die? You're the gates of heaven and hell, and they're like, "All right, you got to meet with the man first," and then giant Goomba wearing pumpkin walks out.
Yeah,
I think I'd fuck with that.
But if you have a Luma, you can knock him over,
and you get to become the new god.
And you can backwards long jump up the steps to the pearly gates or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, that's how Small Ant's gonna get up there. Not that he's ever gonna die.
That's how all those freak speedrunners do their shit. They can't just slow down and enjoy stuff anymore. Like, what's up with that?
I guess not. Everything's so fast paced.
Isn't there something so beautiful about slowing down, being like, look at the individual polygons on this tree? Or I guess in Mario 64, they're not even polygons. It's just a 2D image that rotates.
Yeah. And isn't that beautiful?
That is kind of beautiful. Nintendo
I've been trying to do that in my life more recently, and I think it's been pretty good.
Rotate two-dimensional objects?
No, rotate two-dimensionally myself.
Like Flat Stanley.
Yeah, like if there was like a me and then like another me, like, like in like this type of orientation.
Okay. Yeah. Like crossed.
Like the trees in Mario 64.
You're trying to do some Paper Mario shit.
Yeah.
Where he like flips around to walk through the fence.
Yeah. Have you played Paper Mario the 1,000-Year Door? They just got a remake, didn't it?
Yeah, I bought it legally and played it on my real Nintendo GameCube.
Okay.
So,
That's cool. I'm glad you felt the need to clarify.
It's a great game,
I was unsure. Yeah. Well, they just remade it for the Switch because while I was in Japan, I saw like a bajillion ads for it. And I went to the Nintendo store and they were like, here is Paper Mario. Also, I lied to the cashier and they were like, they saw a pin on my backpack and they were like, "Oh, that says London. Are you from London?" And I was like, "Yeah, I am." And then I talked in a British accent to the cashier who was checking me out the whole time. And
why would you do that?
I don't know. Something just came over me and I was like, I should say yes. It'd be so funny.
But this lie lasted all of like 30 seconds.
Yeah, I don't know. It just, it was for the plot, man.
There was no plot, though. This wasn't even like a
It's for my own personal whimsy and enjoyment.
That's fine. I get that. But like normally you would only do a bit if it's like, I don't know. It doesn't seem like...
I don't know, man. It was a moment of weakness.
There's no strand. This is just
I was talking to
point
Ethan about
time.
it, and I was like, I don't know why I said yes.
Yeah.
And he was like, it sounds pretty funny to me. And I was like, see, that's why you're my goat.
I'm not saying it's not funny. I'm just saying, like, you didn't get any bacon out of it. You know what I mean?
No, I didn't. That's why I don't know why I did it.
You ate one Cheerio and you were like, huh.
This person will never see me ever again in their whole life.
Well, you don't know that.
I do.
No, you don't.
I don't. You're right. But most likely, even if I go back to Japan and I go back to the same Tokyo Nintendo store, she's not going to be working there because she's moving to England to study. Because we talked about it.
Okay, well.
Yeah.
Hey, everyone, welcome back to the show.
I'm back from hiatus.
Henry's back, which, you know,
and Jackson's thrilled.
That's cool.
You can see the look on his face. I've never seen more joy expressed in a human being in my entire life.
I actually did the other day. I saw a homeless man, and he found like a sandwich on the ground.
And that was the most?
That was the most happy I've ever seen someone, yeah. I don't know if I've ever been as happy as that.
As that guy. Me, I definitely haven't.
But
especially
anyway, you
recently.
went to fucking Japan. Man. You deserted us for so long.
It was so cool.
For so long.
But it was so worth it.
I thought we didn't think you were going to make it back, Zach and I.
Yeah. Well, Sam was plotting to kill me. Anyway. That's what Ethan, the man who was hired to kill me, told me.
Sam has never plotted anything in his entire life, I hate to say.
He has, man. Believe it or not. That's how he gets you. I was like, Sam, dude, Sam would never do that to me. We're best friends. And then Ethan was like, yep, whole plane's going down.
But you made it out, thankfully.
He said word for word to my entire group in front of my professor that if I made it back to the plane, that the whole plane would be going down. I was like, that's crazy.
Well, the plane did go down.
No, it did. Yeah,
we should talk about
the airport.
Well, no, it went down into the ocean, and then, but luckily you were able to, you know, you went into the safety compartment, and you took out the big yellow rubber lifeboat, and you blew it up before you hit the water, and then everyone jumped out of the plane while
we
on
actually
the boat.
landed. We landed safely on the water, and we had to ride one of the slides down, like off of the plane.
And it took you 3 weeks to paddle back to Los Angeles.
Right, and then I took an Uber.
And they found you. They found you washed up on the shore, all dazed and confused. You had to go through rehab. It was a big deal. Someone's got to pay those medical bills.
Yeah, I didn't really want to talk about it, but I guess now.
Well, you were all over the news, so I mean, you kind of have to talk about it.
Yeah, I guess. Okay, so yeah, I'm okay. I survived. Fortunately or unfortunately.
Yeah. You have severed the ties between the United States and Japan forever, so I hope you're happy about that. I'll never be able to get a visa now.
Were you going to?
I maybe.
Fair enough.
Does it matter?
No. I'm sorry for ruining that experience for you. That is on me.
For me and for the other 350 million Americans worldwide who watch anime.
What do you mean worldwide?
Well, there are Americans everywhere, aren't there?
Right, but 300... Never mind. Yep, you're right.
What?
You said 350 million Americans worldwide.
There's 350 million Americans.
Yeah, and they all live in the nation of the United States.
Some of them aren't in America right now. Like you. Okay, yeah, you were not in America not that long ago.
You're right. I'm sorry.
You were in fucked up Japan land where they don't allow you to be circumcised.
What?
Why would you go to a place like that?
Is that true?
Yes.
That's crazy.
I mean, Zach and I were talking about this.
You were?
We were like, what happens when you go through the TSA and they scan you with the dick wand and they find out?
And they go, oh my God, look at this guy. What a weirdo.
See what I'm saying?
That's
obviously
so weird.
You weren't going to make it back.
Yeah, I guess not.
I don't know why they let you onto the plane, man.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't going to come back. Okay. They were going to re-circumcise me before I left the country.
Yeah, dude.
Cool. Well, I'm glad that didn't happen, I guess.
What the fuck did you do in Japan? Let's talk about it.
Do you want me to talk about it? I went to an onsen.
You saw a bunch of dicks and penises.
I saw a bunch of dicks and penises and stuff.
Yeah, they were all
it was a real
uncircumcised. They all looked like
gonna be straight Wolverine. Up. Didn't really notice. It wasn't like a detailed analysis. It was just like, hey, there are a bunch of naked dudes here. This is kind of chill. Unironically,
It is. Hey, happy Pride Month, by the way. It is June.
Happy
1st.
Pride Month. Welcome to June 1st. Unfortunately, this was a very eye-opening experience for me. I'm definitely not gay, so there's that. And then on top of that, Ethan texted that to his parents. He was like, "Yeah, Henry and I went to the onsen. We are not gay." Frowny face. I was like, "All right."
That is good to frown because it's bad not to be.
It
gay.
is bad.
So, especially this month.
Yeah. I'm just gonna stand on the sidelines and offer my support and money.
Yeah.
So that's that. But yeah, it was really cool, honestly. I don't know, man.
Like you have to give us reparations.
If you want, yeah.
$1,000.
Don't got it right now.
All right. Well, I mean, interest is a thing.
If you give me like a week, like I'll pay back. I get paid in 9 days. So.
All right. I can wait, I guess.
Cool. But yeah, it was really cool.
Send it to me, in the mail. We don't got to do this shit through Venmo where the government lurks.
No, yeah, I'll send it to you. Like I'll send bills, big bills in an envelope.
Yeah, not 100s though, because the government tracks those. They write down the serial numbers of every $100 bill. You got to give me 5 10s, 19 5s, and 5 1s.
I don't think that's $1,000. But I'll do that.
But do that, but as many times as it takes to get $1,000.
Okay. Sir, yes, sir. But yeah, it was really cool. And honestly, being in the onsen was like one of the best experiences of the entire trip. And I mean that in like, I was like, oh, this is gonna be so weird.
This
like
is
I've
stupid.
never
This
been.
isn't even a fucking Japan thing. You just go to a sauna here. It's like the same thing.
It's not the same thing. Is it?
How is it not the same?
I've never been to a sauna in America. I didn't think that you like undressed. I've been in a sauna.
Well, there are saunas where you undress, and there are saunas where you are dressed.
I feel like it is culturally,
or you know what I mean. Like there's
looked down upon here. How about that?
What do you think is culturally looked at? You think it's culturally looked
like
down
we're a
upon
lot more...
to take care of your pores?
What? No. No. Like not that it's public nudity because it's obviously like in a
private building
and it's
someone
separated by gender
and makes rent on.
Okay, man, whatever. We don't have to talk about it. Anyway, there are other things that I did. I'm
just saying, I feel like everyone's like, oh, when I go to Japan, I'm going to go to a fucking onsen. Like, it's so much different, bro.
It's different than, like, a regular sauna.
How is it different? Man. I want to know.
Because it's a natural, like, salt hot spring bath as opposed to, like, a man... Whatever. We don't have to talk
about it.
What the fuck?
Like, there's monkeys in it that hang out with you?
Not in the one that I went to, but some of them, yeah. The funny little monkeys are there, and they hang out with you. And dude, when we went to Nara, we saw all the deer in Nara Park, which is like their claim to fame.
You saw the big like alien deer from Breath of the Wild.
He was there too.
Yeah.
Fucking Lord of the Mountain. And if you feed them crackers, they like bow to you. They were so cute. You seem unamused.
Cool, man. I know about this.
Okay, well, not everyone does. So...
To me, you're just saying words that are like, this is a video game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, it was a lot of stuff that I've never done in my life that I thought was cool. Being the onsen was cool.
Like take a bath.
No, yeah, true. Damn it! Oh, I just got so exposed right now. I've never.
Yeah, that was life changing. You were like, no, holy shit! I can smell not like Axe body spray.
No, it was more like I don't know, like mentally and body image wise. I was like, yeah, you know what? Like this is cool. Like. It was a very nice mental clarity experience for me, and I will stop talking about it after this. But yeah, it was really cool. We met up with students from like a Japanese architecture school, and so I got to talk to them like about their schooling experience.
It was a dumb school bullshit.
It was a dumb school bullshit trip, and then I had to sit and watch my professor give a lecture that I've already heard like 5 times, from like 8 different people.
You did listen to a lecture?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
My professor gave a lecture at their school while they were,
and
we were there.
He spoke fluent Japanese.
No, he spoke entirely in English.
Could you imagine though?
It would be so funny.
He just rips it out. He's never mentioned this at all.
No.
He's like, oh yeah, my mom I was born in Japan, so.
I mean, he's Iranian, so he probably speaks more than English, but he definitely does not speak Japanese.
Okay, well, that's way to make an ass out of you and him.
What? I know he doesn't speak Japanese. I was with him the whole
No,
trip.
you're saying he speaks more than one language because he's Iranian? That's a little fucked
Yeah,
up.
because he grew up in Iran and they don't speak English.
What do they speak there?
I don't. He probably speaks Arabic. I don't know, man. You want me to look it up?
No, I don't.
I'll text him.
Text him right now. Ask him what language he speaks.
I know he speaks English and French, and then whatever they speak in Iran. Anyway, so it was cool because I got to like meet people that were my age, and we got to talk about like school and whatever. And I was like, oh, it's just as ass here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which it is. And then they were like, how are the trains in America? And I had to explain to them and be like, we don't have good public
You've actually
transport.
never seen one of those.
I've never seen a train in my life. At least not one with any people on it.
Deadass, have you ever been on a train?
Other than like the subway, no.
Yeah, that doesn't count. That's like
that's what I'm saying.
Kind of.
I feel like
that's like a half train.
Yeah.
That's like in D&D when you're like a human and an orc.
Yeah.
Kind of.
It's like, hey, you're like halfway to both, but you're not really one or the other yet. Yeah.
I did one of those, like they had a train that was like, it's like the Polar Express, and we do hot chocolate, and you're a kid in pajamas.
That's
and
cute.
It's on a train.
That sounds awesome. I would love to do that. I loved trains when I was a kid.
I can't really say anything about it because I was like 6, but
yeah,
I remember it.
Yeah, I had a big Thomas the Tank Engine phase, so needless to say, I was like, man, this is so fucking cool. I was geeking out about all the trains.
Well, everyone gets into
amazing.
Thomas, bro.
Oh, no, he wasn't my favorite. I just mean, like...
I'm saying the series, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's a good series.
Don't say goated. Like. I don't know if it's goated.
I didn't say that. I said good.
It's a little cringe. Bluey is goated.
You've never watched an episode of Bluey in your whole life.
Because it's Australian.
What does that mean?
Everything made by Australians is just, it's funnier and it's better.
Yeah, I'd believe that.
Because they care about quality over there.
Yeah. That was another thing, too. All the food
they just have a weird name for everything, and they speak funny.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they throw shrimps on Barbies.
I love it. Shrimp.
Why are you throwing cold fucking seafood onto a plastic bitch? It just seems like a waste of money and time, to be honest.
Yeah. I'm sure.
What does the Barbie do for the shrimp? I genuinely don't understand.
Maybe I don't know. I don't know about Australian slang, man. What do you want me to say?
Is there in Japan? Could you get a taco if you wanted?
I did. Ethan and I, the second to last day that we were in Japan, we were like walking around and we saw a Taco Bell and he was like, dude, we gotta go. We didn't go, but I was like, no, we're not fucking eating Taco Bell while we're in Japan.
But what if it's different though?
The menu is way worse in Japan because it's like actually like real food. So it's just like bad because instead of it tasting good because of all the chemicals in it, it just is a poorly made taco.
Well, they just don't have they don't know how to do it.
No, dude, McDonald's in Japan is so awesome.
Yeah, people have been raving about McDonald's, but surely, I mean, the Taco Bell. I'm saying like they don't have the local influence that we have.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? They've never had a taco made by a single mother, which is the difference, I think.
Right.
I'm serious, bro. Like
I didn't say that you're wrong.
It's different.
I said right. I didn't say what the fuck are you talking about, man? I did get tacos like from an actual taco truck in Taco Man from a taco truck in
they have trucks over there? I thought that was an America thing too.
Well, it was like a vendor truck, not like a F-150.
Yeah.
I didn't see a giant like American truck the whole time I was there. It was so awesome. All their cars are so fucking small. It's so cute. Everyone drives like the K truck. It looks like the movie. They're all also like really skinny but tall. Like the lanes of their roads are like way skinnier than ours.
Yeah. Well, they probably got like worse population density.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's
Tokyo,
800,000 people in Wyoming, and Wyoming is like bigger than your bedroom.
Yeah, and there's 799,999 people in my closet right now.
But in Japan, there's 800,000 people in your bedroom. Always, all the time.
That is true.
And it's just really hard to sleep. It's kind of awkward.
Yeah, I'm sure. Everyone's like on top of each other. It's really, really warm.
You ever see that like 3D image of like, this is New York City, but if everyone was stuffed into a cube?
Like, yes, I have.
That's just fucked up, bro. I don't know what to say about that.
Yeah, you don't like the representation of that?
I think it's fucked up to have the idea to do that in the first place. I think it's a fucked up dystopian 1984
I feel like it's not
era idea.
I feel like just representing how much space the people of a city take up is like not that crazy.
It takes away our humanity at its core, man.
I don't know. It doesn't.
Yes, it does, bro. They're saying you only need the space that you take up, which is fucked up and wrong.
No. I thought
you have
mean
personal boundaries. What?
Yeah, no. I mean, everyone needs more than like obviously their body's worth of space. That would suck. But I thought it was supposed to be like a comparison of like, you know, this is how many people like in a cube area would take up like the area of the Empire State Building or some shit like that.
Yeah.
But obviously they don't do that. It's not like yeah, sure. I'm sure that the entire population of New York could be squeezed into like 3 buildings in New York City. But there are also like thousands of buildings in New York City.
Yeah. Or there's that one Vsauce video where he was like, here's what every human would look like if we put them in a pile in the Grand Canyon. It's like, what are we doing here, man? What does this help?
Hey, you know what? There are like 8 billion people on Earth. Everyone's got to be doing something, you know? And Vsauce found his thing. Not everyone has to be
he did a bunch of other cool stuff.
Humanity's collective knowledge all the time. Yeah, and he's made notable contributions.
Yeah.
Vsauce is
like
a good guy.
He had the only good YouTube original show with Mindfield.
Yeah.
Where he was like, what if we redo the Stanford prison experiment? No.
Let's not.
No, maybe we shouldn't do that.
I think we shouldn't. I know. It's kind of a bold stance to take.
I think we should do it.
I disagree.
Because there's things to be learned.
Right, but you think it's demeaning if we make a visual representation of all the people in New York City.
Well, yeah. I think there's things to be learned from putting people in situations, but mice are not people.
Mm-hmm. So you mean like you won't get as accurate results? I'm saying
the Stanford prison experiment is bad or whatever, right? But like,
it's not great, I guess.
Like we should. Like the basis of every good experiment is like if a kid can understand it, then it makes sense.
Oh, I'm not saying it doesn't make sense. I didn't say that.
No.
I'm
saying there's like too many factors. You know what I'm saying? Like there's too many moving parts. There's too many. It's like psychologically complicated, whatever. Like we need to distill it down to its basic values and control for scientific variables.
Sure.
So we need to make it more kid-like.
So we should have kids do the Stanford prison experiment.
No, well, it's not.
Don't say well. Do not say.
That's actually kind of brilliant in a weird way.
In a weird kind of.
We could do it in Roblox. You know? What about that?
Oh, that's so fun.
There's no way that can't be wrong, right?
I feel like that's fine. People who are playing Roblox right now already do way worse things on the daily.
Roblox is kind of a Stanford prison experiment, and
it kind of is low key. It's just like, hey, I'm gonna lower my parents' credit score and then see what I can do with that information. What can I buy with Roblox?
Dude, it is funny. I was home a couple weeks ago while you were gone in Japan land town now, and I was talking to my dad, and he was my little brother, who I will not name because of the crimes that I'm about to expose that he did. he did the classic kid thing of like buying a bunch of apps or whatever.
Oh,
and
I'm
he
sure.
didn't know, like, the card was connected to the Apple or whatever.
Yeah,
He
free,
doesn't know
man.
what money means.
Yeah,
He just
it's
presses. It's his add-on, and he says, "I want it now."
okay. Press.
Yeah. He bought like the FNAF games. He's like 8, by the way. He bought like the FNAF games, and then he bought like a bunch of like random flash game looking ass like NHL phone games.
What the fuck?
So
he
the
bought
weirdest
apps.
shit ever. Yeah. Which is crazy to begin with. I would never download an app that has a price next to it.
No.
I just wouldn't. It's 2024.
I did it once when I had Procreate on my iPad.
Yeah.
Which is awesome because I bought it and now it's changed to being a subscription, so I don't have to pay for it because I already paid for it once. So
Yeah.
every once in a while it's kind of goated, but usually buying app bad.
But anyway, we should put kids in prison in a video game, and we should make some of them have qualities that are better than the other ones.
What do you mean by that?
Some of them are
like we give them abilities?
Sure. Some of the kids are stronger, some of them are faster. Some of them spawn with like
bail
some sort
money.
of moon blade or something.
Can I get the moon blade?
Yeah. Sure, you can have the moon blade.
Yes. Oh, let's go.
Because I'm kind of God, and you're like God's son or whatever.
I'm like, Jesus, dude, this is so cool.
Yeah.
I'm going to turn all the kids' blood into wine.
You're going to turn that the Nile into frogs or whatever.
Does that happen? Can he do that?
Or I think, there was a bunch of shit.
You got to
the
read
Nile.
up on the Bible.
It's kind of
I'm
the
in denial
craziest
all the time.
manga you could ever, like... No, but...
Someone did unironically make the Bible into like a visual novel.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I think that's kind of awesome.
But the Nile, I forget... I think the Nile turned into frogs. And then it also turned into like flies and fleas and ticks and other bugs that are similar in that way.
Pests, one might say.
No, pests are like mice.
Yeah,
mice are
like
pests.
rodents. You're right.
You know? Mosquitoes are just like vaguely annoying.
No, dude, they're the worst.
They're really not that bad, to be honest.
What? I think it varies from
Don't get me
person to
wrong, I
person.
hate mosquitoes, but like, dead ass, you just don't scratch.
I guess, yeah. I get bit by them like a lot. So
Yeah.
I feel like...
You cream up and you don't scratch. And you're golden. It's literally a test of how dumb are you. You literally just have to don't scratch. That's it.
Yeah, but sometimes it's really itchy.
I know.
I don't think you get it.
I do get it, bro. I have the blood that the mosquitoes like the best. We've been over this.
Do they
I
have
think.
preferences?
Yes, they prefer one of the blood types over the other blood types. I'm not
And you
joking.
have that blood type.
I literally every time I have this conversation, I forget what blood type it is, but I have blood
I was
type.
going to make that joke because I also don't know what blood type I am.
I actually don't know. I have no idea.
Hey,
but I swear, like the mosquitoes I get every time I'm out in the summer after 8:30 p.m., I always wake up the next morning with like 5 bites. All you got to do, and this is medical advice, by the way, cream up with your boys, and then don't scratch.
Don't scratch.
It's 2 simple rules.
You could even rap so you can't scratch.
Well, I can rap, but in like, kind of a different, like, cool way, like Eminem.
Hey, got a new song this week.
I was just gonna say, did you see that?
Sure did.
Yeah, it's ass.
Did you listen to it? I was saying it was so not good.
It's like kind of fine, to be honest, but
I was gonna say that it was mid
for it.
But it was way funnier when you said it was really bad.
Like it's I don't know. I think it's one of those songs. Eminem is one of those people you have to ignore how cringe it is and just recognize it as like a dad joke and then like take it as that, and then it's kind of fine.
Yeah.
Like it's once you realize like Playboi Carti isn't trying to rap, he's just trying to catch a vibe. And then you can like kind of settle
enjoy
in,
it.
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Eminem is so funny though. I mean, he's just like he's a character in and of himself, you know?
Oh yeah.
Like he just he really has a cadence that no other rapper has.
No, absolutely not. No.
You know what I mean?
I kind of like his flow though.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like
his lyrical style, I enjoy.
It's like MF Doom, but way worse.
Yeah.
R.I.P. MF Doom, but I don't know. Hot like a coffee pot or whatever.
That's an awfully hot coffee pot. He's just so funny, man.
Ariana Grande with a venti latte, like stuff like that. It's just like
no one else would ever say that ever. No.
It just doesn't make sense. I don't know. How old is that guy? He's got to be like 40,000.
No, dude. He's got. Oh, okay. I was like, he's got to be way older than that.
Is he not 40, bro? Like he has a kid and shit. And his kid's
I think he's like 60.
His kid's like 25. He's 51?
Yeah, he's the same age. Well, almost the same age as my mom.
That's crazy. And he's still rapping like he's got it. Because he does.
He do, yeah. He's definitely not the best rapper of all time, but I think I just like his flow. I think it's funny.
If I was Eminem, I think I would have died before turning 50.
So I guess he's just built different.
I'm saying like he has that kind of that aura to suggest that he should be dead already. Not that like he's a bad guy or whatever, or that like he does crime and shit. You know, that's for like Young Thug or whatever. But like, you know, it just feels like he should have died.
Yeah. I get that.
You know what I'm saying? Like Kurt Cobain revolutionized rock for like 5 years.
I thought you were straight up just saying revolutionized dying.
No. I mean, kind of in a weird way.
He kind of did, low-key. Eminem's got to do something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm waiting on
changing
Dave
the game.
Grohl to follow suit.
Yeah, Dave Grohl's gonna like jump. He's gonna throw a penny from the Empire State. He's gonna get someone to like throw it, and it's gonna hit him in the head.
Yeah. I don't think that would actually kill you, man.
I think that shit's made up.
No, that's some.
They would hurt.
I'm sure Mythbusters has already done an episode on this. But
if it hit you like exactly in the right spot on the top of your head and went through your skull and shattered your brainstem, you die. But like, there's no way
that's not gonna happen though.
No.
That's like it has to like a subatomic particle from deep space has to like fly into the airspace of when the penny drops at the exact right time for all of the conditions.
It's
and
just like that
stars
Mario 64 speed run.
Yeah. I mean, that's not what they figured that one out, I think, but
oh, they did?
Yeah.
I don't want to hear about it. I'm gonna choose to continue to believe what I heard happened.
Obviously, a subatomic particle from outer space didn't change the course of Super Mario 64 speedrunning.
I'm going to choose to believe that it did.
It's just crazy. Imagine,
I'm going to live in bliss. Could you imagine?
Oh, my God.
I'm going to live in ignorance.
I think that's fine. I mean, you see some of the shit the Mario 64 speedrunners do, and you're like, damn. Or there's the 0 star TAS. That's just like, it just fucking... like the whole run is like 6 minutes long.
That's crazy.
And like every frame, they're just in a different part of the level or whatever. It's insane.
And if you're not, you're just fucked.
Yeah.
You're not even close to getting the record.
Or it's like they don't even go into the castle proper. He goes into he like does a bunch of backwards long jumps.
Shit. Yeah.
And then it's like, and then we go over, 3,000 parallel universes and we end up on the other side of the door underwater and we walk backwards through the door and end up on the underside.
And then obviously that takes us
what
to
are we
Bowser.
doing here? How did you figure this out, bro?
That's what I'm saying.
Don't you have taxes to do?
There are so many things in life, though, that I feel like I don't remember who the fuck I was talking to. Oh, it was on the trip. Our professor was like, "Why the fuck do you guys drink milk?" And we were like, "What are you talking about?" And he was like, "We are the only." He was making fun of everyone because he was like, "Ice cream and cheese are so weird." You ever thought about that? And I
No,
was
they're
like,
really not.
no, what are you talking about? He was like, "We are the only like animal in existence that drinks another animal's milk, and we're not supposed to do that." And I was like, "What do you mean?" And he was
So
like,
what, bro?
There are
Grow
like
up.
5% of the population that are actually like tolerant to lactose, and everyone else, it's just like bad.
It
for
makes
you.
your bones strong, bro.
I think that's made up.
No,
You could just get calcium from like regular food
but the
or
milk
like a
has
vitamin.
milk has special dairy calcium.
I don't think it does.
It gives you X defense.
Okay, well, I mean, in that case,
Sorry, I had to put it in your terms for you to
I know.
understand.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
But it's got like there's different kinds of carbs, right? Like
Yeah.
potatoes are like
Starch, yeah, not as good as brown rice, man.
like bread is worse than potatoes in terms of like calories that you get from the carbs.
Yeah,
Or it might be the other way around.
it depends.
I'm not a nutritionist, so don't take my word for it. Take who's a famous nutritionist? I don't know.
There's not any.
I know. I guess that's true. There's got to be one guy. There's got to be the Joel Osteen of
Susan
nutrition.
Powder.
It's not real.
Hey, she's Australian.
There you go. She grew up
Hmm.
with Steve Irwin, probably.
Yeah, I heard they're good buds.
Yeah.
She almost stopped the stingray, but then, it was too quick.
She just couldn't get there on time.
No.
That stingray, believe it or not, the reincarnation of Kurt Cobain. It's true.
When did Kurt Cobain die?
Like 90.
Oh, I guess it could have been him then. What? Steve Irwin died in, 06?
Yeah, something like that. I don't know when Kurt Cobain died. Can you look that up, Jamie?
Sure, man. I got you.
I wanted to say 99, but I don't think that's right. I have no idea, to be honest. I'm not a Nirvana
94.
head. Okay, I was way off. That's crazy. He died in 94?
Yeah, April 5th, 1994.
That's crazy. I didn't know that. I'm not a
Dan
Nirvana head, man. I never claimed to be one.
I'm not either. It's okay. I'm just not like music pilled.
I
don't
forgot
I don't think I
about
have the
this
worst
until,
taste in music ever, but I'm definitely not music pilled.
I forgot about this until right now. The past couple, because it was also while you're in Japan. So this is what I'm doing while you're gone, by the way, other than freaking my shit every day, because that's what keeps me alive. Apple Music they were releasing a list of the top 100 albums of all time, which is obviously according to Apple Music. Actually, on the page where the list was, they said the list was determined by a bunch of industry leaders, and they named Pharrell Williams, who arguably deserves to be there. Very much so. I mean, there was one point in history when Pharrell had, like, on the Billboard Hot 100 songs, he had like 97 of the 100 songs he did production on. So like,
he kind of
Pharrell is just kind of crazy. He's been around.
Even I know that he's an amazing producer, and that's saying something.
He's been around for so long. He's still like doing crazy shit today. I think. Yeah. He's probably, he deserves to be there. And then it's like Charlie XCX and a couple other people. And then after that, they were like, and also other industry professionals that we can't name because you won't know them, because their names will be like, Todd Fredericks or whatever. Todd Howard. I don't know.
Yeah.
But so this list was obviously making the rounds on like music Twitter and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Just because it's Apple frickin' Music. This isn't like the Rolling Stones where it's like these out of touch. Who cares who these people are? We don't even know them. They're nothing to us. They're just these random people who got a job 40 years ago and they haven't moved on, you know, working on a damn magazine. Like, people read those still. This is Apple freaking Music in the streaming age. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. This is like the forefront. This is like, imagine if Spotify did the same thing and they put it like in app. You know what I mean? That would be insane. But anyway, the Apple Music list, oddly based in some places.
Really?
Very much not so in others.
How many Taylor Swift albums are on there?
There's one. Most artists
really
only get one pick. So a couple artists that got more than one. Prince, which is deserved.
Fair.
The Beatles. Totally. You can argue. I think it's fine to be. It's weirder that they put. There's 2 picks for like 4 different artists. It's like, if we're doing, I think you have to either decide if you're doing more than one pick or not. If you're making a list like that, like you either go all in or you go not in at all.
Yeah.
Radiohead has 2 picks, which is arguably deserved, but it was like, OK Computer was like number 12 or some shit, which is fine. It's like their best. It's not what I would put there, but it's fine. And then they put Kid A like 30 spots below that. It's like, first off, no, they're not that far apart in quality, but I don't know. So Taylor Swift was like number 18. They put 1989 at 18 or 19, something like that.
Yes.
Which is crazy considering all the albums they put it above. But
no, I'm not saying that I think it deserves to be 18, but that is the only Taylor Swift album that has no skips for me, or has
I like
the least amount
more,
of skips.
But that's just me.
That's fair.
I think 1989 is kind of janky and weird. And
I think that's my number 2. That's why I like it, because it's janky and weird.
Yeah, I think that's fine. I like 1989. Don't get me wrong. But it was also like, for the Taylor pick, they picked the Taylor's version. Because if they don't, it's like a big political, you know.
Yeah.
The woke mob is gonna come for them. Which is fine. Like, the Taylor's version, just arguably across the board, has like worse mixes of all the songs, which kind of sucks. But it's like, whatever, I get it.
Yeah, but like, that's not, that's not on her.
But then they picked like the deluxe version of the album for some reason. Like, the deluxe songs have so much to fucking add. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like you could just go with the regular.
It's just weird, man. It's just weird.
That is kind of odd.
And then just the order of some of the albums. Like, there's a lot of genres that are like left out. There's like no metal representation. There's no country representation.
That's good. There's no good country music.
Okay, sure. There's no IDM, no like electronic stuff at all.
Really?
Which is crazy. Like, there's no Aphex Twin, there's no Ottaker, there's no, I don't know. There's none of that shit. And instead they put like 15 rap albums, which is like fine, I guess.
That sounds about right.
They picked the worst Travis Scott album, or not the worst one, but the worser one. They picked.
What does that mean?
They picked Astro World instead of Rodeo. Everyone knows Rodeo's better, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They obviously, like, Tupac is on there, which is
good.
I think that's crazy. Tupac doesn't deserve to be there, but that's my hot take. I just think it's not. Tupac doesn't give you the full package with other albums do.
Well, what album?
Like, Tupac is they picked All Eyes on Me, which is like, it was one of the first double albums in hip hop, which was kind of a big deal at the time. The project, it's like 2 hours fucking long. It's like crazy. And it's, I don't know, it's a good fucking album, but like, it's old. It hasn't aged super well. And Tupac's a great rapper, but like, it's just not the full package, especially when we're purposefully leaving other genres off the list. You know what I'm saying? It just seems like kind of a weird choice. And then they have Nas's Illmatic, arguably a top 10 album of all time. They have it at like number 40 for some reason, and put like all of these other rap albums above it, which is just like crazy.
Okay, to be fair though, they did put Astroworld at number 98.
Travis Scott has no business being on the list to begin with, to be honest.
I mean,
it's just stupid, bro. Like,
wrong.
it's dumb, bro. There's so many. There's no MF Doom on the list. Like, we couldn't put MF Doom over Travis Scott, man.
I do think that's kind of interesting.
That's just wild, bro. I mean, there's a lot of people that should not be here, but I don't know. It was just making a bunch of noise, and I wanted to say how much I don't like it, but there are some based picks on there that I'm glad are getting some more representation. They put
wait a minute.
The only one that honestly like that deserves people's time, and I'm glad is like getting all of the credit, is Lauryn Hill's Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, which is at number 1.
Yeah, which is the number 1. Yeah,
arguably the only album you could have put at number 1 that would make everyone happy, to be honest, because that album's amazing. And Lauryn Hill's the GOAT.
Now I gotta go listen to it. I'm happy that a Stevie Wonder album is top 10.
There's 2 Stevie Wonders.
In top 10?
Not in top 10, but on the list in general.
Okay, and Songs in the Key of Life is a great album. That's my vibe. These are things that I know, which is good.
I don't like love that album, but it is, yeah, like arguably.
I don't love every song, but it has a lot of really good ones.
Yeah, I think it deserves to be there for sure. But just a lot of odd choices. Like, why are we... Like, Billie Eilish is on the list. No offense to Billie Eilish.
Yeah.
Her debut has no business being here. SZA has no business being on the list at all. I don't know.
Daft Punk? Okay, good pick.
It's weird, bro.
Yeah, I don't know. There's some really good ones, and then... I don't know if I'd say that... I like this Billie album, but I
like it too. It doesn't deserve to be there.
Yeah.
As someone who has heard a lot of, especially when there's a lot of shit that is not here that I would love to see being here. There's no shoegaze at all. So there's no My Bloody Valentine. There's no Slow Dive. There's no MF Doom. There's no Fiona Apple. There's no fucking... like any jazz album at all, basically.
Yeah.
If we're giving 2 albums out to different artists, there's no second Nina Simone, which is crazy, especially considering how many of those songs have been sampled on rap albums today. Like, it's just crazy.
Yeah, I mean, is it literally supposed to be top 100 albums of all time?
It says all time, so I mean...
okay, so yeah.
And also I forgot about this until I'm thinking about it right now. They picked Good Kid, Mad City instead of To Pimp a Butterfly for Kendrick Lamar, which is crazy.
Yeah, and it's at 7.
Because To Pimp a Butterfly is literally the highest rated album of all time on like literally every website.
Yeah. Even I know that it's good. And
so
that's saying something.
It's just weird that they did that. But
and there's Drake on here. They don't know what they're fucking talking about.
And Drake has no business being on this list.
There's no shot.
Drake has no business being anywhere near top 500.
He has no business being at 47 on the top 100 albums of all time. There's no way.
There's just no way. Bro.
Do the people at Apple have ears? I mean, Pharrell. I know he didn't let this happen. I know he didn't let this. He did not let this happen.
He let it happen, I think.
Okay, well, but I mean, like, it's not... He had to give in a little bit, you know?
I guess that's true.
There are some good picks on here, actually.
There's some fantastic picks, don't get me wrong.
Arctic Monkeys, yes.
The Arctic Monkeys have no business being on that list either.
I just like the album. I will agree that it's not...
Wait, what was right below Arctic Monkeys?
Like, right under it?
Yeah.
The Velvet Underground and Nico.
I remembered this was fucked up. The Velvet Underground and Nico is like, that's the only reason like half of indie bands exist today, and they're putting that right below the worst Arctic Monkeys album, bro.
And it's at 60.
I hate this shit. This is so fucking stupid.
They do have Is This It by The Strokes, though, which is a good album.
I love The Strokes. There's other indie artists I think you could put on there, but
yes,
if you go with The Strokes, that's fine.
I do really... Okay, now I really want Spotify to do this, and they will in like 2 years from now, so that's good.
I don't think they will. They're so behind. They're like Internet Explorer these days.
Do you really think so?
Spotify, yeah.
No fucking Casey Moosegraves is on here? What?
Yeah. I don't know about that one.
Don't get me wrong. I love Golden Hour. But like top 100 albums of all time?
No.
Nah.
It's
There's
not
no
it.
way.
It's not it, bro. And for the two people who listen to Bjork out there, they picked Homogenic, which is weird.
Yeah.
They should have picked Vespertine, or I like Post, but it's fine.
Hey, but Tyler the Creator has 2 albums on here, and I'm happy
No,
about
he
that.
just says Flower Boy.
Oh, did I miss something?
It's just Flower Boy, I think.
Oh, he does just have Flower Boy. Never mind.
Which is weird.
92.
It's not Igor, bro.
Yeah, I feel like that is his best album.
Igor is his bigger project, and it's his better project.
Yeah, this is an interesting list.
It's interesting, for sure.
Anyway. And again, that's coming from me. Your opinion should be taken with like extreme validity, and mine should be taken with a very large grain of salt.
I don't think my opinion is any more valid than yours.
Well, I just feel like you are more educated.
I've
about
just
the
listened
music
to most of
scene.
the projects on this list, and
Yeah.
putting them, having listened to most of them, putting them in this order doesn't make any fucking sense.
That's what I'm saying.
They picked Led Zeppelin 2? Like, what do we do? It just doesn't...
That's what I'm saying. I've listened to like maybe 45% of the albums on that list, so I just don't know.
Just doesn't make sense, man. Anyway, that took up like 80% of my time while you were away in Japan.
Hey, that's okay. If something having to do with like something that I loved was released, I'd be fucking into it.
Yeah.
I watched so much anime while I was gone.
While you were in Japan?
Yeah. I guess not a ton, but like Ethan and I went to the Gundam, like the Gundam base, and I didn't know anything about
What the
like
fuck
Gundams
is
or
that?
what. Do you know what Gundams are?
Robots. Big.
Yeah, big robots.
Scary.
There's a giant, like I think it's like half scale as to how big it would actually be, like canonically in real life. But this thing is like probably 150, 180 feet tall.
Yeah.
Like giant Gundam statue outside of the Gundam base in Tokyo, which is just like their giant, like I think they have built like every Gundam that has ever been released, and then they have for sale probably like 25% of them.
Okay.
And Ethan's like a big Gundam guy, and I was like, I have no idea what any of this is. But I'm gonna buy one because they look cool.
Okay.
So I bought a stray red frame. I got the real grade version. I haven't built it yet, but it's so fucking cool looking.
So true, dude.
I need to get nippers because you have to like they're like model kits, so they come in like
You can't just say nippers and move on. It's
like
great.
you know like clippers, but they're like
pliers.
Yeah, but it's just blades. Like it's not.
Okay.
The professional term that Ethan used was nippers.
That's great.
So
and you didn't think that was weird a little bit?
No, I don't. You nip things with them.
Okay, I mean,
is that
sure.
crazy?
Would you say that if you were using scissors?
No, I'm sizzing things.
Okay.
I don't know, man. But it's like, like a nip is like a small cut, and they're like, I don't know, man. So they come in like giant sheets, and you have to cut out all the parts with the nippers.
Yeah.
Together. And so I was like, man, this is cool. Like, this is something I could be into. So not that it's like now a new hobby of mine, but it was cool. I got to learn all about the history and like all the different shows that they've made. And they were playing the Yoasobi opening for like the most recent Gundam show, which I know. So I was like, dude, they're going to be at Lollapalooza when I'm there in Chicago. And I'm so fucking excited.
Did you see anybody? This is a thing that I've always thought about Japan that is not real.
Yeah.
But maybe it is. Did you see anyone? Actually, side question. Did you see anyone with their 3DS? And then follow-up question.
Yes.
Did you see? Did you?
Yeah.
Okay. And then side question or main question. Did you see anyone playing Yokai Watch?
No, I didn't see anyone playing Yokai Watch.
Because I remember like the advertisements for that game, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" And then people are like, "Oh, it's really big in Japan, I guess." Similar to how like Splatoon is big in Japan.
Splatoon, dude, the Splatoon section in the Nintendo store is huge.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
I got a shirt, actually. It's way too big, but it's so cool.
Okay.
I was really hoping that they had like baseball hats of like, because I need a new hat. They have like the visor from Splatoon, like the blue one with like the text on it, and then they have a bucket hat. And then I put on the bucket hat, and Ethan was like, "You look like a drug dealer," and I was like, "All right, putting that back down."
How does a bucket hat make you look like a drug dealer?
I don't know.
That doesn't make any sense.
I did have a funny, I would say conversation, but it's not because I don't speak Japanese and she didn't speak English.
Okay.
But we were on the bullet train and this woman was playing Tears of the Kingdom like in the aisle next to me, and I was playing Tears of the Kingdom on my Switch in the aisle, and she like looks over at me and she goes, "Link," and I go, "Yeah," and she was like, "I like," and I was like, "Me too."
Yeah.
And also the amount of times I got like a little blue Pikmin keychain that I had on my bag, and Ethan had a little yellow one. The amount of times that people would just walk up to me and be like, "Oh, Pikmin," and then like walk away. It was crazy. So funny. It was like probably 50% of the interactions that I had like socially were sparked by that Pikmin keychain.
Yeah.
It was so funny. Because people would like, and then the students asked us, because like we had them while we were meeting with them, and they were like, "Oh, is Pikmin really popular in America?" And I was like, "No." I was like, "There are like 3 guys that like it, and 2 of them are on this trip right now."
Yeah.
And the third one is you.
That's so funny because the reverse is so less interesting, right? Like if you and I are hanging out in Ohio and we see an Asian person with like a Stewie Griffin keychain and we tap them on the shoulder, we're like, "Stewie Griffin," and they're like, "I like." Like,
see, but like, you just reminded me of something. There was a store that I saw in Akihabara, which is like the anime district, and I swear on my life, they have a giant, probably like 4 foot by 6 foot poster on the outside of their store that says, I didn't get a picture and I'm so mad about it, that says skibidi toilet on it. And inside they had plushies of like the skibidi toilet guy with like the Gary's Mod head sticking out of the toilet, like for sale. And I was like, this is the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Well, where do you think those are made, bro? They get shipped out here.
I didn't think they were made at all.
No,
that's
kids
why
go
I was
crazy
upset about
for that,
it,
bro.
What?
You see how many views those videos get?
I mean, I know, but like, can you imagine your child being like, "Hey, mom, dad, I want a..." I'd be so mad.
I could imagine this 100% because I've seen my little brothers. They're kind of like my kids.
That's fair. Yeah, and
they're honestly that far away in age to me. You know what I'm saying?
They kind of are.
The one is 5. Like,
dude, he's screwed.
Dude, it's so funny. He has glasses at the age of 5. It's so funny. Kid. But apparently, like, I didn't know this. My dad was telling me. Apparently, like, if you need glasses when you're that young, if you just wear the glasses long enough, your eyes just fix themselves.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn. So
which I don't know how that works, but
last time I went to the doctor, they were like, "Yeah, you're probably gonna need a prescription soon," and I still haven't gotten one, so I think that's probably not that great.
Yeah.
So I guess my eyes are just fucked for life.
Probably.
I mean,
everyone
computer,
needs like cheaters sometimes.
I guess that's true.
You know. I don't think the computers are fucking us like that.
Really?
No.
I feel like it's definitely not as bad as like people make it out to be, but I do think that like, you know, after looking, like when I get out of the office and I've like been looking at my screen for like the past fucking 10 hours, sometimes I need a break.
Yeah, I just pop a Motrin and I'm good.
I pop a moat and then I'm good.
Don't call it a moat. That's not good.
I don't know. It came to my mind and I thought it was funny.
I don't know. I think like honestly, like when we're 95, will our vision
I will not live that long.
Be like 25% worse compared to other 95-year-olds? Probably. But like,
well, but I feel like
honestly, like we're all gonna die, and if you're 95, like who cares?
Yeah, who gives
your life is just whatever at that point.
Yeah, it'll be an exact like revert. It'll be like just being like a kid again. I'll just probably like eat shit and play video games until I die.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even know if you'll be able to. No, I was gonna say I don't know if like you'll be able to play video games like that anymore. But then again, there's like grandfathers who are like sick at Wii bowling and shit.
Yeah, true.
There's that one article where the guy, like anytime he's bored, he just goes and bowls a perfect game in Wii bowling.
What the fuck?
He's like, yeah.
That's so badass.
Isn't that like the lamest party trick of all time? Hey guys, you want to see me bowl a perfect game in Wii bowling?
I can't do it in real life.
You have to sit there for like 15 minutes while this guy lines up his shots, dude.
And you just hear the fucking
strike,
turkey for the next 7.
I don't even know what they do after 3, bro.
I think they call it a mega turkey or something like that.
I don't think that's a bowling term.
I don't think it is.
No.
You know me, I love making shit up.
They should make
bowling too.
No, I was gonna go to golf. They should make like big golf.
They should, like the opposite of mini golf. They should make golf, but like fun.
That's what I'm saying. Like the ball should be like
at least 5 times the
those
size.
balls that like they put people in. It should be like that.
The giant like ones that you sit in like this.
Yeah, or there's like the hamster balls that you get fully into.
Oh shit! Yeah, yes.
They should do like that, and then you have to put it into a big hole in the ground.
I like that idea. We could televise this sport.
Yeah, I mean, Red Bull would eat the shit up, I'm sure.
Dude, they'd love it. Oh
It would be so funny.
I mean, I'd watch that.
You got to work out the game theory or whatever. You got to find some rules, but...
Yeah, I don't even like sports, and I would definitely watch that shit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I guess I shouldn't say I don't like sports. I feel like, I don't know.
No, but
Hockey's
sports be lame as fuck, though, sometimes.
No, there's a big Columbus Crew game tonight. They were streaming it at the restaurant that I was at with Zach and Zach's parents earlier.
Crew game?
It's soccer.
Okay. I was like, rowing? That can't be what he's talking about. I didn't think so.
Yeah. I think they're called the crew after like construction crew ? Because our mascot used to be like a big jacked like foreman.
What is it with old school mascots being like my old school mascot was like a guy with a toolbox.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, think about like the Steelers. Like the
Yeah.
Pittsburgh Steelers, they're fucking named after like
stealing,
steel miners.
thievery.
Yeah. Oh, right. True.
You know?
The Pittsburgh Thieves.
The Browns. Why do you think they're shit?
Hey, for real.
It just adds up, man. The Red Sox, bro. Where'd that one come from?
Ooh.
Speaking of which, what the fuck is a Yankee?
That's a great question.
A Yankadoodle. Where did that come from?
Yeah, where did the term Yankee Doodle come from?
I mean,
what the fuck?
I assume they're related, but I don't think they... What the fuck is... Hey, Google, what the fuck is a Yankee Doodle? Do you use Google?
Yeah.
Do you get like the... Because I don't use Google. I use DuckDuckGo because I'm a loser.
I use DuckDuckGo on my laptop and at work. And honestly, the only reason I don't on my computer is because I keep forgetting to switch my browser to Mozilla.
But does Google actually give you those like AI... like related search results where it's not actually an AI, it's just them taking like the top Reddit post?
I'm not sure. I have Bing on my fucking Edge.
Yeah, I know you're gross
browser. I know it's awful. I am fully aware that it's a problem and I should fix it, but I won't. And Bing is the worst. It uses AI and it's bad also. So it doesn't really help.
I mean, everything that uses AI at this point is bad. I think we can admit.
Yeah.
Or at least I would hope we would be able to admit that. But some people are still not able to tell.
So Google does not.
Do you?
I know. I was watching. Do
you see those like those Facebook posts?
I was
just
like
an AI
exactly what I was going to talk
generated?
about. Yes.
It's like Jesus carrying like a comically large cross, and he's he's holding babies, and the woke liberals are like jacking themselves off or whatever. Well, there's that tweet that Elon Musk made where it's there's the tweet where it's an AI generated rocket ship, but the rocket ship is an actual penis. And like fucking
he just
a Shiba Inu is like standing next to Elon Musk, high-fiving him or something like that.
That's pretty badass.
Yeah.
It's not, but yeah. Yeah, I that's what I was going to talk about, dude. I got one of those Facebook posts for the first time the other day because I made my Facebook like probably a month ago.
Yeah, why would you do that?
Why would I make one?
Yeah.
I wanted to sell some shit on Facebook Marketplace, and you can't use it if you don't have Facebook. So
that's fair.
Yeah, and also I just like there are a lot of really good deals on stuff because people are like moving out of their houses and whatever, and they're like, "Hey, I'm trying to get rid of this couch for like $10. I bought it for $700. It's a good thing to have in college."
Sure.
And so I was like, "All right, fine, whatever. I guess I'll make Facebook." And so since I only have like fucking 45 followers or whatever, I get like the random like trending Facebook posts since there aren't actually enough people in my feed to like give me content. And I got one of like, it was like a woman whose like body like transitions into being like a sheet. And the sheet is like the clothes of Jesus Christ. But she's like sleeping in a bed, and the bed is Jesus. And so she's like sleeping in the bed, and the sheet that's like covering her like transitions into being like the robes of Jesus Christ, and then his head is like the bedboard and whatever. And I was like, what the fuck is this supposed to mean? And everyone commenting under it is like, beautiful. Thank you for the guidance. And I'm like, who are these people? Who are blessings. They can't be real. They cannot be real.
Retweet and you'll see $1,000 in the mail.
This is like something that my girlfriend's mom would see on Facebook and be like, oh my God, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my whole life. Like, what is it? What does it mean? I don't know.
I mean, honestly, like, there's some like memes that our generation is into that like if other people saw it, they'd be like, this actually doesn't mean anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay. But like I feel like sometimes the reason that it's funny is that like, oh, this is obviously like so nonsensical that it's like hilarious. But I feel like that is like, it's not so nonsensical that I'm like, oh, there's no purpose to this at all. Like, so what is it that people are gravitated towards by it's just like a picture of Jesus. And so people are like, "Oh my God!"
No, but sometimes shit is just like you see like a conservative sees a gun, and they're like,
"Hell yeah,
brother!"
I guess that's fair. I mean?
And like sometimes, like when Tears of the Kingdom came out, people would be like, "I'm gay for the fish," and you knew what it meant. You know what I mean? We would have the same reaction. Like,
yeah, I guess so.
I think it's the same thing, but one of them is a Nintendo game, and the other is a cult.
So. But I didn't realize that the cult was like kind of funny like that, you know?
I think my secretly many people are funny, man. It just needs to be like unlocked out of you.
But I feel like if you're one of the people who is commenting on Facebook, like, oh my God, like, thank you for this blessing on an AI generated post of Jesus Christ, like, you're not funny. There's no way.
Like, it's different, but you know what I mean.
I do, but like, like one that I saw that I thought was funny was like someone making fun of those posts, and they posted like Jesus Christ if he was made out of shrimp.
Yeah.
And that one was awesome because I was like, this is obviously pointing fun at the AI generated images of Jesus. And then there were still people commenting under it being like, bless the Lord.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, you guys need a hobby. Like, what? That's like not even religious at that point. It's just like, you're just...
Well, it is religious. It's Jesus.
I know, but like, that's not... Whatever. Yeah. I'm not gonna get into it.
It's like how BioShock is political.
I don't really know anything about BioShock.
I don't either.
Okay.
I think I played the first game for like 5 minutes with my friend when we were like 11.
Fair enough.
And I own the entire trilogy. I've never played it, though. I've never downloaded it.
Do you just have it on like Steam or Epic Games or something?
Yeah. I've just had it forever. I've meant to play it. I just
one of these days.
One of them, for sure.
But it's like I feel like religion is like a very purpose, like it's supposed to be like we're coming together to like, believe in this common mindset or set of beliefs or whatever, and like so that's gonna help me, I don't know, live my life and whatnot. So I feel like just looking at a picture of, the figure of your religion made out of shrimp and then being like many blessings is like dumb.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I'm not arguing with that.
I don't know. I just think it's like stupid. Like if you were actually religious, you would see that and be like, why the fuck did you make a picture of Jesus made of shrimp?
Yes.
So like, who are these people? That's what I'm trying to say. Who is on Facebook and sees that and is just like, yep, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen.
I'm saying I don't think we're any different, but I don't know if I can explain why. I think we would do the same thing. I just think we would do the same thing. I think sometimes we see a meme that we truly know doesn't mean anything, but we would like actually be like, you know what, this does bring some kind of value to my life.
Yeah, but like a meme is like an entertainment or source of like it's like a joke. Like I feel like,
yeah.
It's not like I'm not like, oh man, I'm really like devoted to looking at memes. Like I'm very devoted to the lifestyle that I live of browsing the internet and like looking at funny images.
Sure.
I guess some people are. I don't know. I just think it's silly. Okay. I just think that Facebook is a weird place.
I mean,
the short time that I've been on there,
it's a very weird place.
It's so odd.
So is LinkedIn in a similar kind of way.
Yeah.
Who's trying to build? I hate that shit, bro.
Go outside.
Grow up.
Get a hobby. Oh, I'm networking. Whatever, man. You can just say you're hanging out with your friends. No, we're networking, man. Just call it hanging out. You're just a bunch of people who have a similar fucking job.
What if we do a podcast, but without the microphones? What would that be called?
I love that tweet so much.
Yeah.
Yo, me and the boys are getting together this weekend for a podcast. No mics. We're going to bring some snacks, a couple of beers. Bro, just discovered
we're thinking about going for 6 hours.
It's like, oh my God. I just feel like there's so many things nowadays that I think are satire and are just not. Like, I think that's what
used to be
bothers me.
Believable.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But it's like actually like people are like, they do shit and I'm like, haha, that's funny. And they're like, oh no, I'm dead serious. And I'm like, what are you talking about?
I think that's just part of the internet, man. Like some people like just have like one weird thing that they believe that is like obviously stupid, but it's just one
even
thing.
like in real life.
And then
too,
some person that like doesn't have any knowledge of the trend or the group or whatever, or like the idea in general is just like, oh, that makes sense, and they kind of fall into it.
I guess so.
You know what I'm saying? Like one person, like Andrew Tate will post a tweet and he'll be like, just like the Lego games, women jump higher than men. And then, and then someone who just sees that scrolling through their timeline passing by, they have no idea who Andrew Tate is somehow, right. Bless their soul. They see that and they go, oh, I guess women jump higher. Just like the Lego games, because it's real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some people just have blind spots. I mean, everyone has blind spots somewhere.
I guess that's fair.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I do hate the podcast culture so much. Have you seen this? No, you haven't. I already know, but I want to talk about it because it's podcast drama, and I like starting drama with podcasts who don't know we exist. So I think it's gonna do it.
Could you imagine if someday they do though? That'd be so funny.
Yeah, because who I want to talk about is Logan Paul. So let's just imagine when God. Logan Paul
knows that we exist. Yeah, that'll happen.
And then
God damn it, he's gonna ask to like box us, and he's gonna kick our asses.
Well, we're not gonna box him, obviously.
Yeah, but I'm gonna say no, and then everyone's gonna be like, "Wow, the Waste Management podcast sucks."
I have like 2% body fat. I can't box cockroach. Like I just hate the same. obviously that just wouldn't happen.
Yeah, I would lose to like a brick wall.
Yeah, we would have to beat Logan in some kind of, test of IQ.
Willpower.
But he wouldn't sign up to that for the same reason that I wouldn't box him. You know what I mean?
Right.
Doesn't make any sense. He knows he's stupid, which is an interesting part of the bell curve to be on. But anyway, so on Logan Paul's stupid ass fucking, I'm not even going to call it a podcast because it's a disgrace to the medium as it stands. But Impulsive is a show where they talk into microphones that Joe Rogan uses also.
And we also might use.
We might also use them. But
it's
that's
the same
neither
brand.
here
It's close
nor there. Yeah. So there was a guy on Impulsive that was one of Logan's like longtime friends. His name is George Janko, which is a funny name to say 5 times fast if you want to do it in your head right now, or out loud if you want to do it also.
I'm going to do it in my head.
Okay. George like rage quit the podcast mid episode because he was like starting his own shows. Like it was all these like little things that like built up, and he was starting his own show, and now he has beef with Logan Paul because George is like, Logan didn't pay me, and Bobby Lee put his balls in my face when I was on the show, which is
sorry, what?
That's another thing, but and stuff like that. And there was all this drama recently where they were, it was a battle of like who could make YouTube shorts faster.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was weird.
A true battle of attrition.
And also,
sure.
like, everyone is like, Logan is weird and bad, which is true. But also, Bobby Lee did put his balls in that guy's face. So it's like, what's up with that? It's kind of crazy.
Is that not also weird and bad?
No, that is very weird and very bad.
Yeah. Well, so they're both
That's
bad,
the weirdest
then.
and baddest things that happened.
Logan
but George
Paul and
like
Bobby
didn't
Lee
care about
this
that
random
as much.
Guy. Oh, he didn't care about the balls.
No, he was like I get it, like he was annoying or whatever, it's fine, but like he cared more about Logan like turning his back on him as like a longtime friend.
Oh yeah, I feel like as a friend that would probably suck more.
Yeah.
I would be like, wow, that was really weird that guy put his balls in my face, but also Jackson, what the fuck, man?
Yeah. I mean,
I feel like
like one of the big points of drama was like George was like, I didn't get paid at all for being on the show, and then Logan responds and he's like, here's how much you got paid. Actually, I have it. And I mean, it's just like a screenshot, but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
that's still like kind of crazy to do that. And then what was the other thing? Oh yeah, the one main point of contention was like George was like doing his side podcast or whatever, and he took on a sponsor for Celsius, the drink company, and
right.
Logan was like, we can't have you on my show promoting a competitor to Prime, because it's like,
that's the funniest shit he's ever said.
You know what I'm saying?
They're not competitors.
Well, they are. They're both drinks.
Yeah, but Prime is not even close to being as good.
I mean, it's like saying Jimmy John's and McDonald's are competing.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's just interesting. Like I got the vibe that it's like George got like screwed over in many ways on like a friend side and like a business side.
Yeah.
But also it's just very clear to these people that like, like if you watch the show, these people are not fucking friends. Like,
no. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's very weird and artificial. And I don't understand why people watch it.
And also, like,
which is ultimately what I'm getting.
Maybe I'm just stupid, but like, if it goes bad and you have your long-term friend in there and they walk out, you just don't fucking post it.
Yeah, it would be crazy to post that, right? Like,
is it live?
No, it's not live. It's pre-recorded,
okay, so,
which was even worse.
You could just not. Well, that's right. It's like the fucking Logan with the guy in the forest shit. Like, you watch the video and you go,
could have just edited that.
You could have just not put it in there and also not posted it. You have beef with your, like, that's what I don't understand about all this online drama. Like, sometimes if you get in a fight, you can just fucking like resolve it.
You could literally just not post
offline, like with your friend.
Yeah.
If you are friends and if they actually are a person who means something to you, you could just be like, you know what? Yeah, you're right. Like, that was really shitty of me. Well, if you want, we could redo the episode. If you even want to come back, you don't have to, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, they're both just fucking, it's just a publicity thing, which sucks.
That's what I'm saying, yeah. It's so funny, too, like, Logan
it's
posted
so fake.
screenshots from his text with George, and he was like, look, I was trying to work it out as, like, a man, not through fucking, YouTube Shorts, internet battle or whatever.
Oh, but you were.
And then the texts were like, hey, man, I want to have a phone call talking about business with you. Also, do you want to go see John Wick later? Like, he was talking like they were still friends or whatever. It was so funny.
Right.
Which, imagine your friend walks off the podcast because Bobby Lee did some heinous shit, and then you're, like, egging Bobby Lee on to, like, keep being the comedian that he is or whatever. Like, Logan was, like, encouraging Bobby Lee's behavior on the show.
I'm sure.
And then he walks off your podcast, and you text him later. You're like, yo, you want to go see John Wick?
Hey, we need to call to discuss business.
Yeah. It's just crazy, bro.
The word business
also
has
their
been
podcast
sucks.
I'm
sure.
It's just awful.
It's probably the worst
It's actually
thing I've ever...
I tried to watch I've tried to watch a couple full episodes now, and it's just miserable. Like, it's unironically just miserable. I don't understand how anyone can sit through it, because it's like none of them, they're so clearly not genuine. It's crazy. Yeah. Like, I don't know. They really are just there to, like, jack themselves off.
Yeah, I mean, their bio on YouTube is just the world's greatest, most thought-provoking, mentally stimulating podcast in the history of mankind, hosted by a bunch of idiots.
Yeah. Which,
I mean, wow.
Half of that is correct.
Yeah.
So, that's pretty cool.
Why is Logan Paul in every thumbnail?
Because he's their thumbnail guy. He gets clicks, bro.
He needs a haircut, like, really badly.
Okay.
It's the mullet is just, like, really not working for him.
I mean, I don't think anything really works for him, to be honest. If you've kept up with him over the years.
He's not a bad looking dude.
No, he's not. I'm just saying in general, he doesn't.
He
it's
does
mainly
like to
smoke that comes from his area of the internet, instead of, like, rainbows and sunshine.
I guess that's fair.
And I think that's interesting. But
yeah.
Do you know also on while we're on YouTuber drama time now, Square Corner with who's that guy that does YouTuber news? Philip DeFranco.
Keemstar.
No. We're the Philip DeFranco show now.
Yeah.
You know this YouTuber Anthpo, who was, like, big a couple years ago?
It sounds...
I'm sure you've seen his face, because he was everywhere on the internet for a little bit. But
yes.
He recently, like a year and a half-ish ago, he quit YouTube because he was like, I'm done with college now. Like, YouTube
I did
was
hear
just
about
a college thing, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But then he came back, because all YouTubers who quit come back eventually.
Right.
And he came back with a video that's just him being a furry for 200 days. He's like, I want to...
Well, he's undercover.
He's undercover. Even though for literally 200 days, he made like an undercover TikTok account, and he posted like a bunch of TikToks, like to get ingrained with the community. And he ordered like a really shitty fursuit and that kind of thing. This was a lot of role play.
Yeah.
That he was engaging in. So I don't know if it's really undercover. That's not really what I care about. The whole point of the video is he wanted to go to a furry convention, and he wanted to go to an orgy to see if they were real, quote unquote.
Mm-hmm.
That's the whole point of the video.
No, I'm not doubting
paraphrasing here. That's the whole point of the video. And then he goes to a furry convention. He gets invited to an orgy, and then he goes, and he's like, wow, that was weird. And it's like,
No shit, pal.
No shit, bro. That's what I don't understand.
Dude, crazy enough, I drank water and then the next day I had to pee at some point.
But he was invited to an orgy and then he just he films it like without anyone's consent. And then he just blurs out their faces and puts it in the YouTube video. I think he's since taken it out. But that's just a crime. So that's cool.
Yeah.
He hasn't said anything about it, I don't think. But I didn't really see anyone talking about it, and I thought that was interesting.
It also says that it's a fundraiser.
Yeah, it didn't used to be a fundraiser. I could tell you that.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's kind of like... I love the fourth most popular comment is, I'm not a furry, but like, why did you do this?
I don't know. The whole video seemed weird to me. It's like you spent the first 20 minutes of the video making fun of furries just for no reason, being like, these people are weird. And then, he just uploads a video of an orgy, basically. And then he's like, by the way, some furries are like cool and normal and not weird. But anyway.
Yeah, dude, they're just people. Some people are weird and a lot of people are not.
Yeah.
It's like any group of anyone.
So I don't know, just more chronicles of interesting people on the internet.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Not that I expect more from the average YouTuber than that, but like, I kind of do at this point.
Yeah.
Feels like YouTube has legitimized itself enough to be, to have some semblance of standards.
Well,
not YouTube as a platform, but like YouTube as a place where people go to make things.
Sure, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if you're doing a big budget YouTube video, I feel like there's expectations you have as a viewer going in without having watched that person's videos before.
Yeah, just like a certain level of quality.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or not necessarily quality, but like a certain set of standards, I guess. I don't know another way to say it. But like you go into a Mr. Beast video being like you know who Mr. Beast is, and you're like, this is a Mr. Beast video. And then you go watch someone else's video and you understand what's going on. Like some of the implicit rules of why videos are like that are determined by like this long lineage of people who have just figured out how to make videos on YouTube. Like how recently, like when there's an ad, when they're doing an ad, there's like the little yellow bar that goes across the bottom of the screen, Yeah. Like just little stuff like that adds up over time to like create this culture of what a YouTube video is. You know what I mean? And all the people who actually like do research and stuff on YouTube, generally you would try and, mimic that as well. And you would try and be genuine and you would try and make content that like matters or like changes the world in some way. But
yeah, but also, like I went undercover for 200 days as a furry.
Or you could just make one of those videos where you have like 5 girls stand behind a curtain and then, you like point at like one and you go, say something funny or else I'm going to vote you out this round. That's like stupid bullshit. Yeah. I mean, the Sidemen didn't even start it. It was some like, some like LA group of
assholes
dipshits who have no class.
That does sound very, very LA.
Or those like dating shows too.
Oh, dude, like The Button.
Like The Button. And then fuck Cody Ko. I'll say that shit. I want to start beef with him also.
Oh, really? I like Cody Ko.
He just be reacting to. And I know he's got a kid or whatever. Who cares? You gotta pay bills. Well, I don't fucking care. But like, I don't like. He just sits down and he's like, let's watch this cringy dating show. Obviously,
I'm with
it's
you.
cringy, bro.
I think he used to be really fun. His old videos I like a lot more. His new stuff is, I guess.
I didn't watch Cody Ko when he was young and spry and he could still produce semen.
I mean, life changes, man. That's just kind of how it is, I guess. You can stop watching creators.
I mean, maybe I don't get it. And I'm willing to admit that I'm not in his position and I don't understand what that's like.
Trust me, I don't either. I just think, he's definitely in a different phase of his life than he was, when he first started making content.
Why can't everyone be like Matt Pat, man? Or Tom Scott, bro? The goats. That's all I'm saying.
I don't think most people have that ability.
I think people do have that ability, but they choose not to use it.
Yeah, and that's why they're not the same.
That's so lame, though.
Yeah.
And impulsive just sucks. And
I hate it.
I just fucking hate Logan Paul, dead ass.
Yeah. I don't really know anyone who really likes Logan Paul.
Well, that's because you don't know any 7-year-olds.
Well, okay. Actually, I guess I know 2 people who probably really like Logan Paul. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Are they 7? Or maybe
No.
even 8?
They're a little older than that.
Oh, no. That's not
anyway.
good.
No, it's not. Anywho.
I don't know. Don't these people just deserve something? Can you say something?
Who, me?
Add to the conversation. Yeah, you piece of shit. You're on a podcast.
I know. I mean, I think they deserve like the death penalty, but like other than that, they're like normal. No, I don't know. This is what I was getting into earlier, where I just like the fucking people on Facebook who have nothing better to do with their lives. I hate that shit. Like, do something.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Like shitty content. Like if you're gonna make content, make it cool, make it good, make it.
No, I think I don't think people on Facebook have any onus to be good or interesting. Because
no, I don't mean content
of what they surround themselves with.
What do you mean?
I think if you're on YouTube, you base your. I mean, this is kind of what I was saying earlier, but you base what you do on YouTube based on like other things that are happening on YouTube. And Facebook is similar, where I think the average Facebook posts, like there's, when you read like a tweet or a Facebook post, you get the vibe that it's a tweet or a Facebook post without having really to see like part of the UI that like confirms
yeah,
that
I guess
to
that's
you.
Fair.
You know what I mean? And the same is true with like YouTube or like a Twitch stream. Like there's an inherent language there.
I feel like YouTube varies a little bit more. I feel like there are like 2 sides of YouTube.
I mean, especially it's different now because, like,
well, it's like there's
300 million like videos uploaded in a language you've never heard of every day now.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But like also within like just a single language, like there's different genres for sure. I know what you mean. Like there's a difference between Alpharad and like an Alpharad video and, like an Aiden Ross YouTube video or something.
Yeah. But I think
but their inherent language is still the same. You know what I mean? They still both include their Twitter in the bio.
I guess, yeah.
Right? They both still tell you to like the video and subscribe and
but it's like different vibes,
Yeah.
It's like Aiden Ross is like Kick. He's not like a YouTuber. You know what I mean? Like no, Logan Paul to me, he's not a YouTuber. He just posts videos on YouTube.
But he is a YouTuber though.
No, he's a degenerate.
He shows up to like VidCon.
Right.
Like I don't think he should be included with the good YouTubers or whatever.
Yeah.
Like those people are kind of an elite class.
Yeah, so I don't know. I just feel like I don't associate him. Like when I think of YouTubers, I don't think of Logan Paul. But like when I think of people on the list of people that I wouldn't be sad if they died, like he's on there.
Yeah, sure. But I don't think of Logan Paul as not a YouTuber.
I feel like I just don't associate those two things together. Because I go to YouTube to watch things that I like.
Yeah. And I guess that's that's the separation in your mind of like, what makes an Aiden Ross video and what makes an Alpharad video.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can understand that.
Like a basic level of like intelligence and understanding, I think is just what it is for me. Like it's the same shit as the people on Facebook who are commenting, "Oh, I love Shrimp Jesus." Those same people, if they were on YouTube, would like Logan Paul. I think.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think Christians like Logan Paul.
No, okay, sorry. But I mean, like, if you don't have the gall to, like, challenge...
I also don't think this is a fair argument because IQ is different across a fan base. You know what I mean? Like, there are some people... There are some smart game theorists, and there are some really bad game theorists.
I guess. I just hate people who... not hate. Hate is a strong word. I don't like people who...
Like, dumb people are everywhere.
Yeah. No, well, there's nothing wrong with being dumb. Not knowing things does not make you dumb.
Yeah.
It's more of like, I don't like people who have the ability to, like, look at their surroundings and question them and then choose not to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes. Do you think does that come from a lack of awareness, or does it come from an acknowledgement but a known decision not to follow that trend?
I think it's both. I think it makes you a worse person.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But, like, I think there are way more people in the world that are like that than I thought. Like, yes. I didn't realize until I got to college how lucky I was growing up. Because, like,
to be aware of things.
My closest friends in high school are all, like, really well-spoken. Like, I went to dinner with with some of my friends, like, from school, like, college, like 2 nights ago.
Yeah.
And all of the dudes... No, thank God, no. But, like, all the dudes were like, oh, yeah, me and all my friends in high school used to, like, we used to, like, rank each other's moms based on how hot they were. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
I was like, what are you talking about?
That's so funny.
Yeah? What?
That's so hype, though.
No.
That's a good podcast.
That would be a good podcast. But, what? Like, I feel like the people that I hung out in high school... The people that I hung out with in high school, like, they would never do that shit. They have brains. They have, like, better things to be doing.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I don't... Whatever. I have beef with people who are super not self-aware. I think that's super lame. It is my least favorite quality in people.
Yeah, yeah. And you've talked about this before, but it's like...
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's my beef. It's probably super elitist and, like, not fair, but I don't really care.
I just think we can all strive to do better.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like by just, like, not acknowledging your surroundings, you're being ignorant to others' lifestyles and mindsets.
I mean, I guess... and this is just something I've been thinking about recently, but, like, there's no reason to not be genuine anymore, I think.
Yeah.
I was rewatching Ludwig and Squeaks, which is a Twitch streamer that I really like. They were doing a while ago, they did some kind of marathon stream. I forget what it was. And in that they were just talking, hanging out because they're buds or whatever. And they were talking about, like, Squeaks was saying that there's no way a sincere thing can survive on the internet anymore. Like, it's all ironic stuff is the only thing that, like, gets any popularity or, like, it gets you anywhere as, like, someone on the internet who does things that make money or whatever, which I don't necessarily agree with. I don't know if I do either. I think being more genuine is what's more interesting to people, particularly now. I mean, Mr. Beast just figured this out recently. He, like, keeps tweeting about, like, I actually figured out that if I put my personality in the video, people like it more. Like, he tweeted that out unironically, which is a crazy thing to, like, realize.
Well, but I feel like there's still, like, a very large subsect of the population that I do think Squeaks is correct about.
Yeah.
And I think it's worse. I think our generation is fine. I think the generation after us is worse. Like, way worse.
Worse how?
Of just, like, everything has to be ironic. Like, you can't be genuine. It went from, like, boomers being like, oh, like you just got to toughen it up and like, life is just like what it is. And then our generation is like, no, that shit sucks. Like you can talk about things that are hard and like that's okay. And, like it's fine if life is difficult and we should instead come together and like try and make it better. Because it's not just about like me and like my individuality. It's about like trying to make society better as a whole. And then there's like the generation after us, which I feel like is not necessarily return to being like, shut the fuck up. But like more of like a kind of like ironic satire, like, we don't really care. Like not in like a close-minded way, but in just more of like a like everything is a joke type way. I don't really know how to word it very well.
I don't know if it's entirely fair to say because the generation after us is like, they're like 8.
They're like 12.
So it's like,
yeah. But I like
they just haven't gotten to an
that,
age where that kind of awareness is like needed or is valuable to them.
I guess, but like I feel like I've been like that my entire life.
But
like, is that not just like a thing?
No, I think some people have bad parents, and I've said that also before. But
I didn't, not to dog on my parents, but like.
But the people who are making content for the next generation aren't in the next generation. So theoretically, they would be able to recognize, like they would be aware of the fact that they're being ironic instead of genuine. You know what I'm saying?
I guess so.
Right? So they should have that, they should have that capacity to be like, you know what, maybe let's even if we're going to sprinkle in a little bit of genuineness in there, we should do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't know. I just don't know if I believe it. You know what I mean? I think that that's how it should be. And I think you should just be able to be genuine and, talk about experiences for how they are and not like and don't get me wrong. I love making everything into a joke.
Yeah.
Because it's a coping mechanism.
We do it all the time here.
We do it all the time. But like, I'm also totally fine to like talk about relatively serious topics how they are. Like it doesn't make me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I just,
And you also just have to do that in general.
Yeah, because that's just how life is.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I still feel like the large collective of the population does not like to do that.
I think what sticks with us in the long term is always the genuine stuff. It's never the ironic.
Yeah.
Right? Because like, I mean, people always talk about how like a meme culture dies before it's even like born, basically. Like Harambe lasted, a month, or I guess, he lasted a couple of years before he was shot down, like the murderer that he is. But
like, I feel like even that, like, as an ironic joke that like, oh, this gorilla died, which obviously, he was way more than that. But like that brought together people in a larger scale way, even if it was originally like a joke.
Yeah.
So therefore it like turned into something genuine. Like I do think that the end result is typically, I think most people still generally obviously want to be genuine and will eventually get there. And I definitely pay more attention to the negative ingenuine experiences that I have than the genuine ones. But I feel like it's just like there's still like a pretty decent chunk of people who are not themselves.
I just find it frustrating that given all of the success that people like Logan Paul have had, they continue to choose to not be genuine, even though they know that it would like forward themselves as like a person.
And I feel like there's still a very large subsect of the population. I mean, obviously there is.
They're scared
all
of it
have like
for some reason
tens of millions of followers.
Yeah.
And all of those people are like, oh yeah, I love Logan Paul. That's why like fucking Andrew Tate is so popular. There's just like a generation of dudes that got preyed on and are now like, women suck. I need a Bugatti.
Yeah. Which
isn't that awful?
Me
like,
too.
That's I'd love a Bugatti, but like, hey, this is a direct quote from my boy Ethan, but I think broad generalizations about any group of people, no matter who it is bad.
Unless they're bad.
Nope. Regardless.
Okay.
What do you mean unless they're bad?
What if I'm making a broad generalization about the people who caused the 9/11 attack?
I guess it maybe in some cases it's probably applicable.
But then again, we tortured them in Guantanamo.
Yeah, so it was kind of like a...
So maybe we made too many generalizations.
Yeah.
But that's
so, maybe I'm making generalizations about people who are unself-aware. Maybe they are good people and they just need time to learn. Whatever.
I don't know. This is just the weekly segment of us not understanding why people haven't learned lessons, basically.
I know, it's just crazy to me.
It's dumb, but...
how do you, like, get this far in your life without figuring some shit out? Like, do some work.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Spend some time in your mind, you know?
Yeah.
It's like even just like liking things, like hobbies. I think if you like something and you can't accept criticism about that thing, that's fucking awful. Like, that's so
crazy.
lame.
Some people, like, money is their hobby. It's like, whoa.
Well, but it's like some people like die on a hill for the shit that they like. And I'm like, dude, you didn't even make that.
Some people
Why are
just
you
die?
Right, that too.
Hashtag
but it's like, you know, like, I like the game Valorant. But if someone was like, oh, I don't like Valorant, I would never be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, you kidding me? It's the greatest thing ever. But there are so many people who are like, oh, I don't like, I don't know, like fucking Travis Scott. Or like, I don't like Drake. People are like, are you fucking kidding me? He's the greatest music artist of our generation.
Bro? He's the greatest rapper of all time, bro.
Yeah, true. He's number 57 on the 100 albums of all time on Apple Music. Are you fucking kidding me? But like, if you can't like accept that someone doesn't agree with you or criticizes something that you like, I just think it's cringe. I think that not being able to be an individual is really lame.
Yeah.
Because it encourages people to just not be genuine. Anyway, that's my rant. I could be done.
And I think we're done. Here. Goodbye.